Alrighty, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Adventures of Zira.
Welcome. Okay, we're going to do a quick sound check to make sure we're sounding good. I'm going to go ahead and read the scripture real quick, and then we're going to get into it. This is from Psalms 139. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know me when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. You, Lord, know it completely. You heard me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I rise on wings in dawn, and if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. I'll stop right there. Cool. Ready to do this?
Yes.
Gosh, so much work to do. So much work. Let me bring us on. Yep.
Hey,
welcome.
X-Bolts.
X-Bolt is
How
here?
are you? Yes.
I love that guy.
I know. I think he's one of our biggest fans, and we are one of his.
I am a big fan of X-Bolt. Cool. Yeah. Oh my gosh, man. I mean, we've gotten better at our setups and stuff, and we're moving stuff around to make ourselves more comfortable. We're trying to sit more across from each other so we can actually look and
Talk to each
talk
other.
to each other.
Yeah, what?
Hopefully my voice won't reverberate.
No, I think as long as we like keep them kind of more or less away from each other, we'll see. Trying out a new camera today. That's pretty exciting. Top 8 fans, yes. Yeah.
Yep. So.
Alrighty. Well, let's see, Zira. Well, first, should we do a quick shout out for our TTRPG or our RPGs versus
yes,
AD?
I'll let you go ahead and
blah blah.
go
I
do
can
that.
talk tonight.
Oh yeah.
So yes, May 31st, 1:00. We are going to be doing our Alzheimer's Foundation fundraiser. So please make sure that you are there for that. It is going to be so much fun, especially you, X-Bolt. I really hope that you're there for that.
Yeah, I hope that you're there.
Yeah, we're counting on you to be there for that. We are going to be playing Paranoia. Any money that is going to be raised before or during our gameplay is going to go 100% to that foundation. And any donations that are made are also going to have different effects for our gameplay as well. So the more that you give, the more that you're going to influence the game. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can really screw with us if you want to.
Yeah, there's going to be... I am prepared for it. I'm excited for it because I've been like drawing a lot of things, and we've gotten a lot of setup. We got some pretty cool things coming with it. So one of the things that hopefully it works, but I have our drawing camera up, so one of our players is able to kind of draw. Hopefully we'll see how that all plays out.
Yeah.
While we're actually playing. And then I've been drawing some mutants that you guys might run into, which I always have fun with making characters.
He's sitting there cracking himself up while he's designing these mutants. So that scares me a little bit. When he's having so much fun, it usually is.
I am excited for our gameplay. We're going to be using, actually, for our combats, we're going to try to use skill challenges. Just because of the mechanics for Paranoia, it can be a little bit of a challenge. If you don't have, I think there's like certain cards you put down, and it tells you when you can go and you can do. So I'm hoping to do skill challenges through these battles, and I think it'll be fun. Yeah, so
kind of a nice blend of the DC20 with the normal Paranoia game.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how that plays out.
But anyway, super exciting. May 31st, 1:00 Mountain Standard Time. Join us live and just have fun with us. It's gonna be an awesome game. So
yeah, I'm super excited for it too.
Yeah. Only a couple more weeks. That's crazy.
Oh man, should I show the screen actually?
Do it.
Show it off. I've been working on it. Let's see, Paranoia. Hopefully you guys can see us and hear us. We're not
All
crashing.
right. No,
Danger.
it
Trying to play. I'm
is.
playing dangerously with it.
Oh, there we
Yeah.
are. Okay.
So I've been working on it and having a lot of fun. So it's a really cool world and stuff that they get to play in. You guys get to play in.
Mm-hmm.
I love it because I enjoy it as a DM. I get to sit back and just enjoy your guys' personalities come out. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really curious to see how it all
We
plays.
get to mess with each other
Yeah,
and the
pretty
DM,
much.
but
Cool.
mostly with each other. It's gonna be fun, and hopefully we'll be able to raise some good money for a fantastic cause. I think our goal was like $1,300 or something like that. So yes, join us. Donate money. It's great. Yes, X-Bolt is correct. It's very serious gameplay. Absolutely. There's no fun involved. Even though we are required to take happiness pills, we're not actually allowed to be truly happy. It's only
Yes.
false happiness. Because if we're truly happy, then that's treasonous.
That sounds treasonous and stuff that you're not happy, but you are happy. You're lucky my friend computer is not watching.
Yes. Shh.
Cool.
I'm not treasonous. What are you talking about?
Um.
Anyway, to Zira.
Yep. To Zira.
Yeah, we were in the process of trying to obtain some cloaks. Uh-oh. YouTube not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming.
Let's see.
What is OBS doing?
Give me 1 second. Let me.
Oh, it's because Chris came on.
Got this.
It's
Okay,
all
cool.
Chris's fault.
Yay. Let me get my
He said,
dice.
"Don't die, Andrew."
I'll try not to die. I read every day. I try not to.
Don't
like, run
tell
away.
him that.
Run away. Cool. Where we leave off.
We left off where we were trying to obtain some cloaks to pass through the Chamber of Wealth in order to take this magical feather of Methadon to wherever we need to take it to destroy this rolling prison of a city that is Galdoom. So I believe we are in the chambers that have all of the cloaks and disguises and whatnot. We defeated the little candle goblin thing. And there's a lot more apparently, so
Cool.
should be fun.
Gosh, I am trying out a new mouse, and I am very not happy with it.
All
Internally,
right.
I'm like, I swear.
Well, his mouse died, so I gave him my mouse because I'm not
and then
using
her
it.
mouse is like, I
And
don't know what's
apparently my
gonna-
mouse sucks, so we'll just have to buy you a new mouse the next time.
I feel like
we
every
go.
single time I buy one, I'm never happy with.
You like the purple one, didn't you?
I love the purple one. Yeah,
Okay,
it
so
worked
we'll
pretty
buy a
well,
new purple one
somewhat.
then.
We'll see.
Anyway, how does the stream look, guys? Does it seem pretty smooth? Because it's yelling at me over here saying that it's not receiving enough video.
It's the new cam.
Seems okay. Okay.
Cool.
Looks amazing. Awesome. Yeah, we're trying out a GoPro because we're trying to GoPro. Haha. No, yeah, I think it should be good. I like it.
Let's go into.
Chris loves the layout.
here.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you very much, Chris. We appreciate that.
Andrew works really, really hard on all of the artwork and all of the layouts and
I
everything.
didn't do a
like
lot
that.
of this artwork in here.
Underwater.
So basically, yes, you are in
Yes.
Galdoom. Okay. Huh?
No, X-Bolt says that because we have a GoPro now, it's waterproof. So we need to do underwater gameplay.
Oh, gotcha.
So when you want
Cool.
us to do underwater sequences, we actually have to go jump in the pool and do the whole breath holding thing for realsies.
I don't know how that's gonna work. I don't know. I don't. We'll see.
If we like roll our dice in slow motion.
Okay, let's get into it before we
All
get
right.
carried
Yes.
away too
Yes.
much. Okay.
All right. So
Um,
yeah, we are.
This is Galdoom. Okay?
Okay.
So you are in Galdoom. So it is somewhat of a prison.
Mm-hmm.
You've said this, I believe. This is in the city of Methdoom. The Methdoom people long ago, they believed that their god gave them the light of in the darkness. And then once the Methdoom gates were opened, they were free. It was freed, and the Drow came and tricked them and built a prison within their Methdoom that enslaved them. And with that, you are now here and you have a feather. You have a feather from the old god.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's going to make the whole prison rise up in the air.
Yep.
And the tricky part is, like, nobody who is not actually a meth doomer can touch the feather because it would destroy you instantly. Which, this would be a fantastic weapon against the Drow if I could get one of these chickens to start touching people with the feather.
Oh, really?
I could totally break your game right now.
I know. There's. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get with it.
Anyway, yes. All right.
Cool. You are in. Let's see. All in. Okay, you are in this chamber, this main chamber right here to the left. Okay.
Right. We decided
this room is filled really nicely. It's decorated very nice. Has a lot of drapings and has a lot of emblems. And it seems very out. It's somewhat of like a lounge area. Okay, you guys are somewhat hanging out in here. Okay, so it is going to be. Let me see. It is all of you. I am trying out this new map thing, or this new show. So you have the Ilzarin, you have Quando, you have Toggle, and then obviously Zira, who's playing. You have the cook, and then you also have, I think that was, and then the little guy, which I didn't grab a picture of.
Poor Toucan.
Yep. Cool. Yep, and Toucan.
Okay, so we got a little rat guy.
Yep. You guys can rest up if you need to rest up a little bit. But like I said, you can hear somewhat of a talking going on and stuff from the chamber across the way. Okay. From across the way, you can see what appears to be a cage, and it's a pretty open room, and you can see somewhat shadows of figurines that are hanging on the walls all around, of creatures that they may have fought in battles and stuff.
Okay. Well, I want to make sure that Toggle is in okay shape.
Yeah.
Can he use some rest points, or do I need to heal him?
He can rest up.
Okay, cool.
I'll give him some HP.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do that because
Cool.
he's my heavy hitter.
I'll bump him
He's
up.
my twig. Hi, Katie. Yeah, Toggle's my twig that can smash things and break things, and everybody's on tonight. I love it. It makes me happy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's like so warm in here.
Open up the window.
The summertime. Okay. What are you guys doing? What are you thinking?
So yeah, we're resting up. Oh, Chris is in here. Okay. Open the blinds too so we actually get the airflow. Crack them so you get the air. Hang on. It's a little toasty in our office. Anybody who's been to our house knows that this is like one of the warmest rooms of our house. Yeah, so we're resting up. I'm looking around for these cloaks that will be enough of a disguise to make it through the room.
Toucan runs over and stuff to a chest. He kind of quickly unlocks it. He appears to have a couple keys. He unlocks it and he pulls out these cloaks. Okay. He mentions to you that these cloaks are used mainly by the Menth Doomers to kind of go, and if they need to pass through to the holy chambers, so that they are not like in the presence of Lolth, and that they are not like umbrally obliterated.
Cool. Is there enough for all of us?
There is enough for all of you guys.
Cool.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna say, Meth Doomer.
Hola.
Nothing. Everybody gets their own cloak.
Cool. Everybody puts on their cloak and stuff. I'm trying to think of who would do what.
Well, Azarin obviously doesn't need one.
No, he doesn't need one. No.
But Quando and I do, and the cook is going to need one, and Toggle needs one.
Gotcha.
Right?
Quando.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Toggle. I'm just gonna do. I'm not gonna do the other NPCs.
Okay.
Cool. You guys are in this chamber, this lounge chamber, and you can hear somewhat stirring going on in the room. in the main chamber, you can somewhat, I think you've been listening a little bit, and you can hear a light, like a talking voice coming from the main worship chamber.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna tell everybody, quick, put on your cloaks.
Yep.
Let's get our disguises on.
Once again, you can hear somewhat of the voice as you're kind of moving around in this little area that you're in. You can hear the voice coming from the next chamber over and stuff, and it is kind of talking to you specifically. Okay? You can hear a voice kind of just, first, originally, it was like crying for help,
Mm-hmm.
and then time has gone by, and it's starting to sing a song. And that song, it kind of like sifts through the room. So we're going to go ahead and make a, let me remember, wisdom save.
Okay.
Okay.
Is intelligence or charisma?
Charisma, I'm sorry.
Charisma.
It's been a while. I haven't used that save very often.
I forget. Do we just add the without the save, right? Or do you only add it if you have the save? Bonus?
You have, oh gosh.
I think you roll that, and then if you have the bonus, you add this bonus.
Yes, correct.
Not that it matters a whole lot, because that's a 18 plus 3. So I mean,
Gotcha. So yeah. You hear the voice. You can feel it kind of pulling you forward into the room. Okay. You have to pretty much put your feet down to stop yourself from following what it is telling you. It is not telling you words. It's more of singing a beautiful melody of a girl and a guy who who fell in love. But their hearts were broken. Okay.
But I have experience
But
with
then
these kinds of things.
for some reason, yeah, you just feel it pulling you, and then you stop and you kind of put your hands up against the frame of the entrance, as you can then see what appears to be this little girl within this cage and stuff and singing. And all of a sudden, she looks down, and then her face comes up, and then her body morphs into a taller lady who is a drow, and it's like somewhat of a drow, a young drow. And then Ilzarin comes over and he grabs you and he pulls you from the doorway, and he says to you, he tells you, watch out, don't get too close to this. The drow, he says, let me see if I can get started. My voice is, he says, don't draw too close to it. The drow, we utilize this creature so that we can focus our ears, so that we are not tempted, because there are many things of like this that are down here that we need to be prepared for mentally. Those with weak minds would be easily turned and pulled into its direction.
Yes, we did encounter a mind player, so to speak, with the Spider Queen on our way down here. She tried to tempt us into her chamber. Thankfully, I'm not weak-minded. And did not fall to her guiles.
He steps back a little bit close to the entrance, and then he looks at you, and he says to you, "You think that, huh?" And he says, "Why don't you just go ahead and shake off your pride a little bit?" And he says, "It doesn't matter." He says, "We'll see what happens later on."
Yes, we will.
He kind of looks back, and then he realizes the figure. And then he kind of then turns oddly away from it. And then he then doesn't look at you, but he kind of walks past you. Okay?
That was weird. Okay.
Quando says, "All right then, I'm ready to do this."
Yes, we need to be careful, though. I think there are people out there right now. I could hear talking. So make sure that your cloaks are on well, but be prepared for anything.
Dago kind of has his on. Quando has his on. The chef has his on as well. And then the meth doomer has his. The little creature, he doesn't seem to need it, I don't think. And he says, he's like, this is as far as I'll go. Good luck to you. But be careful, there are still Drow in the house.
Thank you, Toucan.
You're welcome. And then he kind of then just jumps off your back and runs out of the room, back to his ninja.
Actually, I think Ilzarin is going to need one because he's technically disguised as a Meth Doomer right now.
He will void it.
I know, but if any other Drow sees us and sees him going through...
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think far enough ahead. It's like, well, how come you're not wearing a cloak? How dare you? You know? And then it's like, wait up a second. We're on the lookout for weird people. So he should probably wear a cloak too.
In this chamber that you're also in, there is what appears to be a painting of the family that runs the Galdoom. Okay, and in it you can see, Elzarin kind of like looking at it and stuff and studying it. Okay, there appears to be what the mother, who you don't see very well. It is very like her face. She's like very. I don't know what she's wearing on her head, but it's covering her face a lot, so you really can't see her very well. And then you see daughter after daughter after daughter, and then you see, I think, maybe one son. And then, like I said, he's studying the picture pretty well and stuff, and then he's kind of browsing through what appears to be like some of the books, okay, that are in this chamber. Quando says, all right, then we're gonna move on. Let's do this. He kind of looks out the main entrance to kind of look for any of the candle guards that are out there.
Do you see anything?
Let's go ahead and roll for him and see. I'm gonna hide it from you.
Okay.
Just to see how that's called. Okay.
Chocolate, please.
Do you want me to split the chocolates?
No,
Yeah. You look out. He looks out and he says, everything's... He says, we're good. This is our chance.
Okay, let's do it then.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. You head out the door and everybody else follows.
Okay.
I'm not going to have you roll for anything. As you step out, you can see somewhat in the distance the candles in the back, the way you came. You can see the candles kind of moving pink a little bit, and they're like kind of slowly turning and trying to fill your presence as you guys are going back into the main hall. Okay? And then you look toward what appears to be the big giant entrance of the end of this hall, and you see somewhat of the cathedral-esque room. Okay? It's big, grand, decorated very beautifully, very candle lit very beautifully and stuff. You can see some of these candle heads on the walls, these skulls that are but they're not like the bodies,
right,
whatever.
They're just more
the
like
candle,
a guard,
whatever, and stuff. Yep.
Cool.
And you slip into there. All of you guys go into that area. As you go to step in there, go ahead and roll for a... I have always to remember to grab a sheet. I never have a sheet. I never know all the skills. I'm like always blanking on it. Cool. Let's do a skill that is going to be a sleight of hand.
Trickery?
Yeah, trickery. Thanks.
Okay. 7.
Cool. As you go to step into this chamber, you, everybody else is pretty covered up, but you step in and your kind of hand slightly comes out from the cowl. And all of a sudden you feel a sizzling on your skin and a deep burning. And then instantly your mind just goes. And you just feel like you're a shell inside your body. And you want to get out and you're screaming for help. And then you shake out of it as your arm gets recovered. And you're going to take 1 umbral damage.
Oof.
Yes. It was an experience that you probably never want to experience again.
No, for sure.
I know it's just 1 damage, but it's like a haunting experience all of a sudden. Quickly, Quando comes over to you. He's hold it. Try to. Ilzarin says to you, try to keep covered completely. Your gallows down as far as you can. And then he stops and he looks. And then from far, I would say probably about 40 spaces away,
Mm-hmm.
there is what appears to be somewhat of a drow on the floor with his head down, his body down, like very, very down. Like his knees
Mm-hmm.
are bent, but he's like kind of like in prayer position, but completely
Mm-hmm.
to the ground. And then you can see him put his hands up and raise his body up a little bit. And then he's kind of like pausing for a second. Okay. This is an open area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there might be to the right and to the left. There might be some covers, some decorations that are hanging off the walls. But if he sees you, he sees you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you want to do? And then we'll go ahead and roll for it.
So we'll just probably keep our heads down and give him a wide berth, but try to pass. Like we
Gotcha.
are going somewhere, but we don't want to disturb him, you know? Kind of thing.
Okay.
Pretend like we belong.
True. Should I show the drow? You guys start stepping quietly. Let's go ahead and do he's going to go ahead and do for perception, and he's going to go against yours. Okay?
I thought he already saw us.
No, he didn't see you.
Oh.
He wasn't up. He just kind of like heard something, but he didn't fully look around. Okay?
So his perception against my stealth?
Yes, correct. Let's do it.
Okay.
Awesome.
My stealth is +5.
He did not notice the sounds that you guys had entered into this room. You can see him then look up at what appears to be a gigantic spider with a pink kind of glowing fire behind it. Okay? And he kind of looks up at it. And then he's just knelt there, just looking upon it. Okay? And you can hear him kind of saying some words. You guys are moving closer or no? Because the main exits are going to be, let me see if I can go ahead and go into here.
I mean, we've got to get past him, right?
Correct. So he is basically, he's basically at the front altar area.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys have just entered in here. Okay. So there is to your left, there appears to be the windows that show an outside scaffolding. Or not scaffolding, but like stairs that go out.
Mm-hmm.
And then to your right, there are finer chambers. The Drow's off limit, kind of, you can tell by the entrance of it. Okay, this would probably be more of the Myth Doom.
Yeah.
Myth Doom service.
So I think that's the direction that we're probably going to head.
Gotcha. Well, I will give you guys opportunities. Okay.
Okay.
But as you get closer, the DC is going to raise up higher. I'm going to have you roll for stealth. Okay.
Okay.
So it's going to start at, so you rolled against his first. You guys start to draw closer in, down the stairs. Okay. And he then starts to get up. And then he stands. He's not turned his back yet towards your guys' direction. Okay. You guys reach farther. I want to say you guys move up to about probably right around here to the left. Okay. By the windows.
Mm-hmm.
And also by an entrance to the kitchen. Okay? So you have stopped right there. Okay? You guys can try to stealth again, or you can try to attack, or you can try to, I don't know what else you want to try to do. But he is kind of milling about, and his eyes might go in your direction.
Can we just like duck into the passageway by the kitchen there and just hide for a minute?
Yeah. I'll put you in there.
Cool.
Let me see. Odd or even?
Even.
Even he goes away. Odd he doesn't. Okay. What are you looking at?
Sorry.
Cool. And with that, he then turns around and he walks this direction. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to go ahead and do another surveillance check. And then he is going to stop right here. He is right here near these stairs. He looks a bit confused. You can probably tell that maybe he's realized that one of the candles is missing. One of the main guard candles is missing. Cool. What are you guys going to do? He has stopped. He is not moving forward any further. You guys, like I said, are right in the hallway chambers to the caf. And he is just right at the stairs, looking toward this direction, toward the candles area. You can hear him. He's just strange with him. What are you? Show yourself. What's going on? Did you run out of wick?
Here. Come and say hi.
What would you want to do, Christine?
I think we'll just kind of stay hidden for a minute.
He is not going anywhere.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll sneak our way out then, because I don't think we can really fight him without revealing ourselves from our cowls, which would give us more pain. What? Come here. Right?
Yep. I don't know. I have no clue.
Oh dear. The DM doesn't know, then we're all in trouble.
He then and then he says, "What's going on? Why aren't you showing your face? Come now." And then he yells out. He steps up to the stairs to the very top, right here. Okay. And then he looks out and he says, Toucan, where's the other one? The other one, where's the other handle guard? Toucan doesn't see anything. He kind of like pauses there for a little bit. Okay. He then pulls out his sword and then he steps down the stairs. Okay. He kind of looks around and he says, "What's going on here?" Okay. He is not moving. Okay. Ilzarin whispers to you, "I believe he's guarding this area."
So we have to kill him.
Possibly. Yep.
Okay. I'm down for killing a drow.
Cool. I'm going to give you an opportunity right now if you want to attack him, okay?
I do. Okay, can I mark him?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'm going to mark him. And then I'm going to...
He starts heading over in that direction in which you guys are in, okay? Closer and closer. As you guys are kind of hiding in the shadows, he then, as he's pulling closer, he fully sees you guys. Even with your stealth, as now that he's moved up close enough, he sees you.
So he's going to see me, and he's going to see the fact that he's got a bow and arrow aimed at his chest. Yes?
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and roll for an attack.
Yeah, because I like to
And then
cause
I'll let you
trouble.
go ahead and take over right now because you're initiative.
Cool.
Okay, so we don't roll for initiative and stuff. We're going to go straight into it, and you're going to get to go first because that was... usually what we do is we do like a DC. She has to beat the DC. If she doesn't beat it, then I get to go first. But he walked right into that.
Yeah, he did. Okay. There we go.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a 9.
Okay, cool. So that was one, right?
Yeah, does that... No? Okay,
No.
well, go ahead and, give
As
me a
you
physical
pull
save.
your bow,
Yeah.
fire it off, his eyes widen open, and then he quickly drops to the floor and turns and barely misses over him, okay? You can see his sword drop to the ground, and then he pulls
Oh, wait, I get
his
advantage. Wait, I get
longbow.
advantage.
Or he pulls his crossbow.
11.
11 is a no as well.
Oh, darn
Yep.
it. Okay. Go ahead and give me a physical save, though.
Okay. Ooh, gosh. Okay, let's see how these rolls are going to go. Let's make this battle fun.
Well, okay, so you're bleeding now, though.
Okay. I'm going to be taking 1 damage.
Okay. So now we're rolling for initiative?
No, I said nope. This is yours. No initiative.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Yeah.
giving me one action or one
No,
thing
I'm
before we
giving
started.
you your turn right now.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Okay.
Well, that changes. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Gosh. Then I am going to go ahead. I'm gonna roll for another attack. And then I'm gonna use 1 to take away my disadvantage.
Okay.
What is it?
6.
So that's 12.
12 is a no as well.
Oh my god.
You quickly then pull your dart. Quando says, "Come on, Zira." He then starts pushing forward a little bit to try to continue on this battle. Okay. For some reason he's moving pretty well. Is that all your actions?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this. With that, you can see him then pull out his crossbow. Like I said, he is somewhat kind of low to the ground. He is confused and upset, and he says, "What gives you the right? What gives you the right to be in here? What are you doing? Is it the up? I'm not sure if he noticed what's going on outside. No, I think he did notice what's going on outside.
Wouldn't he have gone downstairs if he...
He couldn't. He's a guard of this area. So he says, "You think you can be yeah?" Says, "You think you can have?" I don't know why I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. He's gonna shoot his dart at you. Okay.
I'm gonna sidestep, which is gonna give you disadvantage.
A disadvantage. Awesome. That's going to be a 20, not natural.
Yeah, that's a regular hit.
Cool. And then we're gonna go ahead. It's a regular hit, so that's gonna be 1 damage. And then go ahead and roll. Okay.
Roll what?
Roll for a. Charisma save. Charisma save, right? Yep.
8.
Cool. And as he pulls the crossbow, fires it, it goes and it fires toward your direction. It hits you over the shoulder, and you can see in an instant it is covered in somewhat of a poison, and you are now poisoned. Okay, so you're gonna take a 1 damage each turn, and then you're also gonna have a -1 exhaustion, so a -1 to all your rolls, physical rolls. Okay. So that was 1 attack for him. He is going to... Let's pop these up on here. Let me see. See if I can find a good spot for you. Okay. Whew. Okay, and then I'll pop another bad. See if I can find a token of... Give me 1 second, okay? If I can find a... Let's just put this guy down. Cool.
Haven't we fought you before?
I know, I'm trying on the thing. Cool. He fires the arrow at you. And I think he's going to use the rest of his actions to go ahead and give himself a dodge action. That means it gives all disadvantage to all attacks until its turn. Until his turn.
Okay.
It's attacks. Yep. Cool.
Did you take a bleeding damage on yours?
Yeah, I'll take a bleeding damage.
Okay, and then your turn's over?
Correct.
So then I have to take a poison damage.
Yep.
Okay. Alright, or actually it's not my turn, it's their turn, isn't it? The NPCs?
Let's do this. Quando then kind of pushes forward towards you. He's going to have to make a trickery check. I don't feel like it should be a trickery check. I think it should be like a stealth check or something.
For what?
Let me take a look at the skills. So he's basically trying to keep himself covered.
Survival, maybe?
Yeah, survival. Let's do survival. He is not that good at it. He charges into the room. You can tell that he's gripped his fabric, his cloak, really well. He's not reaching his hands out. He knows, he's seen what happened to you, and he knows what not to do. He charges at him and stuff, and he's going to be in face-to-face with him. So he's going to use an action to move. He is then going to use, he's going to tackle him to the ground to knock him prone. So let's go ahead and roll contested. Quando versus Awesome. Knocks him onto the floor, and also he'll take 1 damage. Okay. That's going to be it for them.
Okay.
And then the Drow is going to go. And he is going to... He's on the floor prone. He is... Oh, he has disadvantage on... I wonder if dodges disadvantage on both attacks and grapples. So it's a tackle. I don't know what a tackle. Tackle falls under... No.
I would think that would be an attack.
Move 1 space. It is a grapple, actually. It's a success grapple. Move 1 space and fall prone. So
Okay, so he has to roll again.
Yep.
But the other guy had a nat 1.
I know, he had a
so
nat
that he's
1.
automatically going to lose.
Okay, yeah.
It's an automatic failure.
Yeah, pretty much. Cool.
Not only does he fall prone, but he gets tangled in his cloak, so he has to spend another time, another action, untangling himself before he can do anything else.
Let me see what he's going to do. So he is going to... And he has a crossbow, too, which is a ranged weapon, and it's not really good with the close-up area.
Well, crossbow, I don't think he has disadvantage.
The penalty.
I think it's only the longbow that you have the penalty.
Okay. We are slowly going through and learning the rules. Trying to survive. My body, I'm so tired, I'm so wiped out. I don't know what it is about once we get going.
I suppose it depends on what size crossbow it is.
Gotcha. We'll just go ahead and leave it as it does take the penalty, because I usually do ranged weapons take penalties for trying to attack close up. Okay? So he is going to disengage.
He also has to reload.
Okay. That's something else I've never played and tried out. I'll have to try that out one of these days. I don't know if I can do it tonight. He is going to push at break the grapple. So I have to contest it. So let's do that again. Quando is yellow, and he is, so he breaks free from it. And then he is going to use an action to stand up. And then he's going to use a disengage to give Quando a disadvantage on its attack, okay? And Quando's going to attempt to.
Oh,
and Quando does.
beautiful.
Cool. So basically he goes to, stands up, and then, well, actually I should say Quando does have a disadvantage.
Yeah, he does. I know. He wasted
Yes.
that beautiful natural 20.
Nice. Cool.
He still hits it,
It
though,
still
yeah?
does hit, yes. Quando reaches out, and this Drow steps up and moves away from Quando, and then Quando then quickly, just like a tiger, just went, and then he reaches out, and you see Quando's hand come out of the fabric and grab the Drow and slam him back onto the ground. He is prone again, but he's not grappled, and he is going to take 1 damage, this Drow.
Okay.
Okay?
But
But
Quando is also going to take
Quando is
damage.
going to go ahead and take 1 damage as well.
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yes, as he reached out of his cloak and stuff to try to grab him. All of a sudden, as that happens quickly, all of a sudden Quando then just quickly just freezes up like a cat, is what it's called. And then he bangs on the floor and he tries to cover himself up, but he's struggling to. Okay, you can hear a voice just humming through the chamber and stuff. You can see the flame at the front end area. It is kind of growing in size, as though Lolth is somewhat like putting the umbral damage upon him and stuff. Okay, and he is struggling too. Okay, we'll leave it at that. It's gonna go over toward your turn.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
so
he is struggling to cover himself up.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and do this.
Yeah, I'm gonna send Ilzarin in.
Runs in real quickly, and then he grabs Quando and pushes him down. And he's like, Quando is fighting and stuff, and he ends up even punching Ilzarin in the face. And Ilzarin says, "Bomb yourself, you beast!" And then he pulls the cloak over, and then you can see him. And then
I am going to shoot. Oh wait, first I gotta do a medicine check. I gotta heal myself up a little bit. Okay. I gotta take the poison off of me.
Yep.
So it's a medicine check against the DC of the poison.
Ooh.
Why do I always roll so crappy? Medicine. So it's a 9. I don't think that's successful, is it?
No. I have to remember what the what poison effect is. I think like you have to make it at the end of the turn.
Oh, what the
save or the check again, or that you can spend actions to try to do it over and over again, but you get a disadvantage. Poison condition. I don't have all my notes. I have like a little thing that kind of shows information on certain abilities.
Okay, you're impaired, which gives you disadvantage on physical checks. Take one poison damage at the start of each of your turns, which I did.
Okay.
So you can use the medicine action against the DC of the poison to end the poisoning if it's successful. So
okay.
Impaired. That's it.
But you can do it. Okay, so yeah, you failed it.
Yeah.
It did not. You are trying to focus on what's going on with Ilzarin and Quando, and you're also like feeling the effects of this poison as you're kind of like your body is a little loose and you're trying to patch yourself up with the medicine. It doesn't seem to be working what you're utilizing. Maybe not the right stuff. Okay.
I'll try again.
Awesome. Disadvantage. Yes. Every single time you make the same. What's cool about DC20 is that whenever you make do the same thing, you get a disadvantage on it.
Nope.
Okay, now go. You just are rifling through your stuff and pulling out and trying again. So you're using medical kits, right? To try to do it. Yep, so spend those medical kits. Yeah. Resources. Get rid of... I think it's like, I mean, me as a person, as a DM, I like enjoy it when my players are utilizing the resources. Because I feel like it gives purpose to the money that you give them and everything. It's like, you know.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to say screw it. I'm going to try to shoot this guy again.
Awesome. Let's do that.
All right. Now he's prone.
So you have a disadvantage.
So I have disadvantage.
So another thing in DC20, when you try to fire at a creature who is prone, you have a disadvantage.
Right.
So you haven't shot anything yet. So
no. And I have advantage on him because he's marked. So it's just going to be a straight flat roll then.
Yes, correct. You haven't been rolling too good.
I have not, but that's a much better roll.
Yeah, that is a better roll.
That's going to be a non-nat 24.
A non-nat 24, good job. There we go. The 24 is going to be a brutal hit.
Brutal, good, okay.
Your bow pulls back, you focus it. You can see him kind of picking himself a little bit, trying to pick himself up and looking and seeing what's going on. He seems... somewhat confused a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a glimpse of his shoulder and his head, and you fire the arrow, and it hits him right into the shoulder.
Okay.
The typical place to shoot.
Yes, the typical place to shoot is going to be
his head is right there, and it's like
damage.
Two
Or sorry,
damage.
4 damage. 2 damage. Yeah. I'm
4 damage.
like reading things while I'm talking.
Okay. Jeez.
That's all my turns, and he's going to, of course, take a bleeding damage. Oh, and there's a D8 help die against him. I was like, I know there's one more thing.
6. Gosh. Okay. He is not looking too good. Okay. He is probably. I forget the terms. I have to remember the terms.
Bloodied or well-bloodied, yeah.
Half.
We
is probably less than half.
Half is bloodied, I think. Well-bloodied is quarter, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly, we never play.
I usually don't. Yeah. It's a mechanic that I don't utilize too much.
Pepper Tony has joined us. I don't know when that happened, but he...
What did I miss? Did they use butters yet?
And we're just getting to that right now.
Yep. The cook pulls out his stick of butter, and he focuses it.
Makes difficult terrain. For the drow to stand up.
Yeah, pretty
just
much.
Throws it.
Yeah.
Oh, Pepper Tony and Katie, you guys should know that our daughter has been obsessed with Ariel ever since we went and saw you guys on Friday. She wants to wear her Ariel dress every day. She wants to wear her bow. She's all about it. So it was a lot of fun for her, just so you guys know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wanted to wear a dress. We took our daughter to the Little Mermaid, and she's to go see the musical.
Yeah, and they're talking about the next show already. They're like, "Oh, we have to save this stuff for the show," and I'm like, "The next show's not till like November." And they're like, "But we want to go see it." So, yeah, they're very excited. He keeps saying King of Kings, but it's Prince of Egypt. But yeah, he's excited.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's
Andrew's
good.
very excited for it. Yeah.
Okay,
so,
let's get back into it.
Yeah. Okay. What were we looking up? Bloodied.
Yep. He doesn't look too good. Okay, so it's my turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
And you took your bleeding already, right?
Yes, he's gonna take his. Yep, he takes his bleeding
damage. So bloodied is half of maximum HP. Well bloodied is less than equal to or lesser than a quarter, and then death's door.
Nice.
So are you bloodied or well bloodied?
I am more than half my health.
But less than more than a quarter, but less than a half.
Yeah.
So you're bloodied.
Cool. He kind of looks up and he is not looking so good. He is going to go ahead and use an action to move. He is going to give a disengage, full disengage.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to move fully.
So he has to stand up.
And he is running toward let's go ahead and pop it back up in here. He is running back in this direction. So let's go ahead and put you. So you guys are right over here. Mm-hmm. And he is now probably about halfway. He is going toward this direction, it would appear. Okay? Mm-hmm. There is a door in the way. And in this, it goes to what appears to be like a hallway, I would assume. Okay. That's it for him. He is, we'll do 5, 10 spaces away.
Okay.
8 spaces away because he used half of his move to stand up. Okay.
Okay. It's not my turn yet, though, is it?
Quando and... Okay. Get over here. Quando, Elzarin. Elzarin's helping Quando. Toggle then kind of keeps his cowl closed and stuff. And then he then just starts moving. His hands hit the floor. His feet kind of charge through. And he just runs. He uses all 1, 2, 3, actions to catch up. I shouldn't say he used, well, no, yeah. 3 actions to move. Charges. Should be actually 2.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2. And with that, he's going to use his actions. And then he's going to fling his body. His arms are going to lift up high, and he's just going to come up. And you can see him somewhat... no, he just lifts his arms up, and his arms are a little bit bigger than what they usually are. And then he just comes and smashes down on the drow, and the drow curls and falls to the floor.
Aww.
Okay.
Yeah, Toggle, good job.
His cowl kind of drops fully and stuff, and it covers him completely because he shrinks back somewhat to his small size, and he stands above this thing. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get going. And
Oh, is he unconscious?
yeah, he
Drow?
is unconscious. Yeah,
Cool. Kill the drow.
you want to kill all the drow.
Well, if we leave him here, then will alert other people when he wakes up.
You walk up to the body of the drow who is knocked out, and Ilzarin kind of passes you. He's kind of holding Quando a little bit and stuff as they continue forward. Ilzarin says, he says something that says like, "Go ahead and get your vengeance." And then he kind of continues walking. Toggle kind of looks at you and stuff a little bit, and then he kind of follows everybody else in the cook, and then he leaves you there.
Took all the fun out of it. Yeah, I'm gonna draw my sword and stab him in the heart.
Okay.
This is war.
You are in this chamber, and like I said, it feels very weird, very strange. There's a lot of candles and stuff you can see. Like I said, the objects here and there. And you guys go. Are you guys going toward that door? I'll put it up. Are you guys going toward this door?
Well, now it makes me wonder because he was heading that direction.
Yep.
So now I'm not sure if that's the correct way to go. What about the cook? Can he give us a little insight on which way to go?
He kind of stops you and he says, let me go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll for gather. So blanking on the skills. My gosh. Oh my gosh. There's like a lot of butter talk.
Yeah, there's a lot of butter talk.
I'm not going to get into that. You don't want to get me started about talking about butter.
Would it be like a investigation, survival?
Influence.
Oh, influence? Okay.
Yep. So basically, you're just
15.
Good one, though. What do you want to know?
Where
As you get to the door.
What's on the other side of this?
I know that. What'd you roll?
15.
15. He says, I know that there are a couple of things still left. I gotta remember what the cook sounded like. That's what happens when you like have so many character voices and you're just like, what the heck?
He was like an old man.
I know that. I know that there's the Menzoberranzan gods that are still around here. And there might be another drow around here as well.
Okay, do you know where we need to take the feather?
He basically tells you that through this chamber right here, that there is probably the Menzoberranzan guards to the left. If we go through there, you may run into them.
Okay.
It just depends on where they're at in their watch. To the right side, you would maybe think that there might be another drow stew that's inside of the drow quarters. Okay, let's see if I saw it. Yep. And then he also then tells you that there is a priestess that is in the main chambers. He says if you want to get the feather where it needs to be, you need to get the key that she has. Because she has the only one that has the key to the access to the room.
So we have to take her out.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, once we're through the door, are we beyond the influence of Loth?
Depends on where you. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He tells you like yes. The moon. This is kind of like a sanctuary, and this is it's like there's just power that is just emulating in this area.
All right. Well, I would rather take my chances, I think, with the guards than maybe with another drow.
You step over toward the door and stuff. You push past all the others, and you kind of go to the door and you kind of check it, I would assume, and it appears to be locked. It's a wooden door, and you can see what appears to be somewhat of a window that looks out, and then you can see a Meth Doom guard walking this way. Then it stops, it turns, and then it continues on this way. It appears to be coming straight for the door that you guys are at. Okay? It kind of then goes in steps, and it looks through the little window that is in the door. And you guys duck down and avoid being seen. He then comes around, and he goes, and he opens up at this door, and he steps through it, and he closes the door behind him. And then you can see through this window across the way, he is now on a outside balcony-esque area. Okay, and he is looking down. You can see he's gone to the very far end, and he's looking down. You also see down through the window, and you see some of the Meth Doomers have gone out of the Galdoom and are fighting the Drow that have somewhat moved into the city.
Ooh.
Okay, you can see a lot of fighting and clashing going on. Okay. Okay.
Can we unlock the door really quick and get through and push him over the edge?
Is anybody? Elzarin has already unlocked it. Let me actually go ahead and roll for it and see. The DC is very low. Nice.
That's not his dice.
Oh my gosh, you cheater.
Cheater, you're rolling with the wrong dice.
He quickly just goes and puts a metal stick in there, and then he turns to Quando and he says, "Being locked up all the time, it can be very annoying and be very difficult on my wrist. I get used to this." And then he opens the door, and you guys are now in this hallway.
Okay.
As you step in, all of a sudden you see what appears to be a Meth Doomer kind of step a little bit forward. He doesn't notice you.
I'm gonna freeze.
And then he looks over towards your direction because he assumes that it's his buddy that's coming back in. But he sees you, and he stops. And then he says, "What brings you in these quarters, trespasser?"
We're under orders. There's been an uprising. We were told that we needed to get the priestess.
Go ahead and roll for an influence.
Yes, there is an uprising. You're not responsible for the priestess.
Did you just flip the dice?
No, it rolled and I was trying to pick it up. I saw it and I was trying to scooch it to the
Gotcha.
camera. Influence. Okay. 22.
22.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh. And then he kind of looks at you and says, "Then what?
Where are you?
Do you have something?" He basically says, "Do you have something to prove that you are sent? Because you have to have the keys to pass through this area."
I just hold up the box. The feather.
You don't show him the feather, I'm assuming.
No,
right?
no.
Just the box.
All right, then.
He kind of looks at you eyingly as you all kind of pass through. And even the cook, he says,
And you, what's your purpose here? Are you two being sent? This is very strange.
he's confused a little bit because it would probably be one of the Drow that would come and get her. It's kind of strange that the Meth Doom servants are coming to.
Strange times call for strange circumstances. the Drow are busy trying to squash the uprising. And
He
we've
then kind of
ordered.
pushes past you and he looks out the window and he sees what's going on. And he says,
I hope that they don't win, or else we are screwed.
Oh, I'm sure that they will be destroyed just as any other uprising has been destroyed in the past. They are weak.
kind of looks at you and stuff, you guys, and he kind of says, it's kind of strange. It seems like you.
He says, it seems like you would benefit from being turned into one of us.
He kind of steps close to you. You know that they are cursed. That basically the Drow took them and did something to them to make their blood into stone. These Meth Doom guards. You as a Meth Doomer don't have that, but the Drow could do that to you.
Oh, we would. It would be such an honor. But first, we must get the priestess. Perhaps if our loyalty will be rewarded.
He looks back out the window and he says,
I don't know about all this. It seems unbelievable.
I've got such an itchy trigger finger right now. Like.
and then Ilzaran says to him,
Oh, we have to go.
and he pushes you. And you guys go forward past the way. He then keeps still looking out the window as you cross the corner. And then he kind of turns ever slightly towards your guys'. And then he then walks. And then you guys cross the corner. And you have made it to what appears to be a very just decorated door. It is metal, but it is elegant and very beautifully done metal. Okay? There is somewhat of a knocker on there. No, there's not a knocker. There appears to be where it appears to be like a keyhole.
Are we still in initiative? No. Huh?
No
Oh,
initiative.
I'm blue.
Just behind you, you do see what appears to be a very a stone wall that is decorated very well. You can see carvings in it of a depiction of Lolth and of the Drow looking up at her direction, that she's kind of climbing up a mountain or something. Okay, that's what you're able to see. Okay. What do you want to do?
I want to try to heal my poison. I still have.
Yeah, if you want to do that, I'll let you do that right now.
Yay!
Yeah, the poison is gotten rid of. Congratulations. And with that, Ilzaran goes and he goes to try to unlock it. Okay. There are some what appears to be words that are engraved into this door. Okay. That you can see
read.
Underdark.
Yeah,
yes,
I can
correct.
read
Are you
Undercommon.
are you fluent? Fully? Okay. You read that it's basically, this is the chambers for the priestess, and then it gives names. And one of the priestess's names that it gives is Lyodon. Okay. And as you're reading through these names, you say the name Lyodon, and Ilzaran stops what he's doing. Okay? And then he pulls the lockpicking stuff that he has, or whatever tools he has, out from it. And then he then pauses for a second. And then he says to you, I can't do it.
Why not?
It doesn't work. He doesn't look at you or anything.
Give me the tools.
He kind of hands you the tools. And then he kind of steps back.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for sleight of hand then. Triggery. And 8.
And then
I have not been rolling well.
you go to stick it in and it breaks. As you, or you put it in, you move it around and you pull it out and it's bent. And Ilzarin turns toward the cook and he says, "There has to be another way into the chamber." And then he kind of grabs the cook and he says, and he pushes him against the wall and he says, "How do we get in there? We don't need her. We need it. Just tell us how to get in. Where?"
Zarin, what is the problem?
And he says, "You want to destroy Galdoom, don't you? We need to get in there. There's no way we're going to get through there."
Calm down. What is your problem? You're going to get us in trouble.
He looks a little bit confused, but he says,
He knows how to get into there. I know it.
"We just need into the chambers, the Lolth chambers, Lolth secret chamber. It's like kind of like a sacrificial kind of thing and stuff area." Okay. And the cook says,
It's somewhere. It's somewhere here, but I don't. You need the key. You can't get in without the key. I know it. I was there. I've seen.
Calm down. How do we get the key? It's on the Drow priestess.
and then he looks at the wall that I described.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said and then he touches the wall and he says, "Here." And then he points, and then you can see what appears to be Lolth holding like something in her hand, but instead of it being something, there's a hole right there.
Mm-hmm.
And you look through, you look through the hole, and you can see a pink candle glowing in this chamber, in this room that is a wall. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what it's a secret wall.
Yeah. Put a feather in the hole.
And he says to you, "Nothing is getting through there unless we have." You can see Ilzarin like gulp hard.
How big is the gap?
How big is the
hole?
It is like very, very small. I mean, it's just enough. I think it's not like a keyhole size. It's like smaller than a keyhole size.
Oh, darn. There goes that theory. All right, so we got to get the key from the Drow priestess.
Ilzarin walks back toward the corner. He looks very uncomfortable. He is like shaking in his the thing that he's wearing. Okay.
You need to be upfront with us right now. What are you so worried about?
He has his back to you, and he's looking around the corner to see if the Meth Doom guards are coming back or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then he comes back around to you, and he says, he tells you that he is cursed. He's like, "I am cursed by the priestess of here. If I kill them, which I can't, if somebody kills them, then I could use them to break my curse upon me, and I'll be free from the effects of that curse." Basically, the curse stops him from hurting or killing any other drow.
Right. So it's in our best interest to take out this priestess.
He then tells you,
I don't want to do it.
You don't want to take the curse off?
I don't want to hurt.
and then he says the name, Liadan.
Why? All the Drow here have held you prisoner as much as anybody else.
And then he says,
But Liadan,
and he looks at you. He tells you,
I was trapped in my prison by the Drow in the main gates of Meth Doom. And all I had to do was write and document and write and send it up to the Galdoom and send it up to the Menzoberranzan and send it whatever. And then one day, I received a message from Galdoom from Lydian. She was requesting information, and she kept, and then I responded back and forth. And it seemed like she was playing with her words, and she was curious to know who the heck I was. And,
You fell for her.
You could tell, and he tells you that basically they exchanged letters back and forth, somewhat both of a prisoner of lives, somewhat, okay? He had thought his life was doomed, and then he started to hear words from her, strangely written, and he would respond to it, because that's all he had.
How do you know this isn't just a trick? Because, I mean, you would never mean anything to a priestess. You are a male, and you are less than nothing. You are without a family, without a house. You don't exist.
he says, I know that, and that's why I don't know what's wrong with why she...
And if she does care for you, then she would lift the curse.
She wasn't the one that placed the curse. It was her family.
But could she not lift it?
She wouldn't dare.
She cares about you.
And then he says, he tells you not anymore. She has... I think he confirms with you. He tells you that basically she has made it known that she cannot break her oath to her family. That if... And she kind of cut off the letters, whatever, and stuff. And they stopped, okay?
Okay.
He steps up to you and stuff. If we kill her, I'll be free. I don't want to kill her. But she won't allow you to do what you're trying to do.
You're right, she won't. But will you?
He takes the thing that you bent, he unbends it, and then he bends down, and then he goes and he works on it. And then it clicks, and then he steps up to you and he says,
If we don't have to kill her, then we will not kill her. But we need the key. This has to end.
things that you know about Ilzarin is that his curse is to eternity. If he lifts the curse, he will not have to suffer an eternity in the abyss with Lolth. Or, you know what I mean? In the suffering. Okay.
We could kill one of the sisters. Nah, yeah, okay, we gotta take her out. If she refuses to lift the curse, then...
And with that, the door clicks open.
Cool. Do we want to stop it there for tonight?
As you guys step into the chambers, she is sitting by the window. And then she looks back at you guys. And she looks surprised, confused, and very and then she turns to anger.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, "What are you doing here?"
We were sent here.
Ilzarin has his head down and is not looking at her. And yeah, we'll end it there. Butterfly, nice. Thank you guys for joining us.
Buttered butterfly bites. Okay. Yep, I think we're kind of I'm hitting a wall anyway.
She's hitting a wall. I know. I was hitting a wall through the beginning too.
Yeah.
Well, I woke up at like 3 o'clock again. I'm hoping we get earlier starts and
Yeah.
stuff. Wednesdays are not good because like I have to do an early. Yeah, I know. So
Yeah.
I tried to coffee up, but
Well,
oh, thank you.
a couple more weeks and I'll be done.
I love
with
you too.
My out call. Yes, we love you guys. But yeah, well, I've got 1, maybe 2 more weeks of my alcohol, and then we'll be able to do this earlier.
Yep, you look like you're out of it.
I'm just like, okay, my mental capacity is starting to.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. Okay, let's go. I wasn't sure how this story was gonna go. I had plans for it and stuff, and I was kind of like, we'll see how everything.
I can't do a backflip when I'm awake, let alone asleep.
Thank you, Pepper Tony. How are you doing, Pepper Tony? It's good to hear from you again. We get Pepper Tony every so often on the streams and stuff. So
yeah,
thanks for joining us. We enjoy your presence as well as Christopher.
I know it's always nice
Brills.
when he joins us.
Yeah,
X-Bolts, of course.
X-Bolt, always. Yep.
Yeah, Katie was on earlier. I don't know if she's still kind of.
Oh, night, X-Bolt. It's about time to go to bed. Jeez. Sorry about that. Sorry keeping you to...
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
gosh.
I'm glad that you are regular, Pepper Tony. I am very glad that you are regular. But you could have taken the phone in the bathroom with you, so you could have kept up with the stream.
Oh, gosh.
But yeah. See most of you guys on Friday.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't sure how this was going to go out. I had planned, I was like, okay, this is a lot story-wise to kind of draw out. And I was like, whatever, let's see what it does, so to just enjoy it and have a fun game and stuff. I knew I was going to be running a couple encounters, possibly. So I was ready for them a little bit.
Well, see, now you're prepared for next week, too.
I know.
But yeah, I think we'll see what we've been
Yeah,
playing.
I know. Well, it'll be simple because I just had to run her as a. I think I got some abilities for her already. I might actually like build live. I might do my painting and building. So what I'll do is I'll be painting a painting of a character, and then I'll also run that monster. So it might be fun for something for me to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of curious to do, but yeah. Thanks for watching. Come check out the all the other content that we have got going on. Check out our group gameplays that we've done in the past. Hopefully we'll be doing some more coming up soon. It should be a lot of fun where we get the whole cast and crew, the Kit and Caboodle.
Kit and Caboodle. The whole Kit and Caboodle.
Cool. Yeah. So I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, I got to get more rest.
Finish
the work. The what?
I'm trying to decipher what
just
Pepper Tony is saying. He said he made popcorn, which popcorn's always good, but then he finished the fountain. I don't know what the fountain is.
Join our live show for RPGs versus AD. Like I said earlier, it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of input to be put in. Okay, so if you put in $1, $2, whatever, it is going to change the game, and it's helpful. It's nothing going toward us. It goes all toward Alzheimer's disease, fighting for a cure for that. And but if you put in more and more, it's always good. But it's going to affect the story, and I am super excited to run these mutants. And
Yeah, unfortunately, Bowtie will not be there, but we'll have a exciting new character. It's like Who or Why or something like that.
Yeah, we got a lot of strange characters.
Yeah. So yeah, we will get to meet some new characters. Bowtie will be normal troubleshooters, right? Yeah, not mutants. That's true.
Yeah, troubleshooters aren't mutants. I don't know if anybody has ever.
No. Yeah, they're perfectly normal.
Perfectly normal. They come out every single time. New clones and everything.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Because friend computer's not.
Yep, you're good. Yep.
Fallible. Yeah. But yes, Bowtie should hopefully be making a reappearance here before too long. Bowtie's been on vacation, so yeah, hopefully he'll be coming back to our regularly scheduled broadcasts on Fridays.
So we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be running through this Galdoom. We're gonna get it completed out. I think we're gonna go through and read some of the rules and figure out how, because we've just gotten a new update on the 9.5. So we're gonna run through that a little bit, and then yeah, I am hoping that you'll be able to run. My wife's gonna be running some monsters from maybe the what monsters either the DC20 has already has, or some off of DC Crit. And so yeah, she's gonna get to pick through that, and then I might just have to run through a character, which it should be fun. It won't be fun for me. I know it'll be fun.
Yeah,
I
it
like
will
playing
be fun.
character. I usually enjoy. So
Yep. It'll be
That
my
we're
every
excited
goal in life to destroy you, and then you get to pull out all the stops of your character and fully explore the realms of it.
Yep. Something else I'm also excited for is if you don't know, there's another content creator named Shield's Rest. They make DC20 content, and I'm excited because I'm gonna get to play in a part one of their games. So yeah, go check out theirs, subscribe to theirs, like their videos. But yeah, I'm gonna get to play a superhero and play against some other people. I'll probably get like wiped out in the beginning.
That tends to happen to you. You tend to get wiped out because you play a spellcaster.
I know. Darn spellcaster. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Like and subscribe. Follow us.
Yep.
Listen to us on the podcast if you, yeah.
Give us a little thumbs up thingy.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. We will end it there. We'll cut the thing.
Yes. All right.
We'll cut it.
End stream. Good
Ending
night,
stream.
everybody.
Good night,
Love you.
everybody. Yeah.
See you next week.
Kind of love you.